I'm Drew Thorwall, and this is Apologaming, and on today's episode we're looking at Deus Ex Human Revolution. Human Revolution was an attempt to reboot the Deus Ex series, which takes its name from the Latin phrase Deus Ex Machina. Let's take a look at a clip. The term Deus Ex Machina was coined in the ancient Greek theater. Basically, whenever a playwright wrote himself into an impossible corner, he would introduce one of their gods into the scene to clear things up using their godlike powers. A literal machine, like a crane, lowered the god onto the stage, thus coining the phrase Deus Ex Machina, God from the machine. Even then, audiences saw it as a cheap trick. You know, it's kind of like how 80s sitcoms would blow up everybody's life for about 23 minutes and then neatly and cleanly resolve everything just in that last minute or two so that you're ready for next week's episode. The intrigue of God and machines has taken kind of a strange turn recently as industrial and technological advances have given people the illusion of harnessing God's power. It's always a great plot point, right? The Deus Ex games have drawn on this concept, presenting a dystopian cyberpunk future where biomechanical augmentation has become mainstream. In Human Revolution, the main character is Adam, an ancestor of the original game's protagonist, JC. Big deal, right? Well, until you hear this from an interview with one of the developers, Harvey Smith, who said, "A lot of people don't know this about J.C. Denton, but J.C. Denton was supposed to be a descendant of Jesus Christ. We were going to pick up the old theory that Jesus had kids and that J.C. Denton had DNA from Jesus." Clues to this factoid actually still exist, hidden in the game's dialogue. This raises a strange question. Did Jesus even have descendants? Conspiracy theorists love this one. And I'm looking at you, Dan Brown. The myth that Jesus married Mary Magdalene, a prostitute turned disciple, and had kids was probably originated by a group called the Gnostics, who opposed the idea of Christ's deity. However, Mary Magdalene is mentioned many times in the gospel accounts of Jesus' life, but never once referred to as his wife. Not even in passages where other women are given familial titles. It is telling that when she met Jesus after his resurrection, which we see in John chapter 20, verses 15 to 18, that Mary Magdalene did not recognize him. Even after he revealed to her that he was Jesus, she refers to him as teacher, not husband, not even Jesus. And he refers to her simply as woman, not wife. Teacher and woman. Not exactly terms of endearment if this was a spousal reunion. There's no biblical evidence that Jesus was ever married, and there's no biblical evidence that he had any kids. So any suggestion to the contrary in Deus Ex is, well, a myth.